Good evening. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Tonight, the title is Sunglasses at Night, and it's a really awesome topic tonight. Actually, I have a quick thought on that. But before that, just a quick piece of housekeeping. For anyone out there who might be joining us for the very first time, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. Once you say hello, I'll put you in line for a reading, and then, of course, the first time it's always free, and going forward after that, it's just $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the month, which pays for every single show, which happens 3 times a week. That's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, my quick thought to share on tonight's topic is that life sometimes gives us opportunities to be vulnerable, and it's important, or really it's a good thing to take advantage of those opportunities and show up however we can in those moments. So thank you all so much for being here and tuning in and listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Happy Monday evening, everyone. Great blessings to you. I light this incense on your behalf in regards to actually being seen and actually seeing yourself in all the beauty and all the power that you have and that you are. And this time of year is a celebration of the anointed one. It's called Christus, which means anointed. And then, of course, Mass, which is like the Eucharist, which is a celebration. So it's the celebration of the anointed. And it really has great applicability to ourselves because we've been anointed or appointed as these carriers of truth. So I bless you, especially this Christmas time, as anointed ones, to really expand consciousness, to expand your power and who you are, and not ever have to wear sunglasses at night. Or even during the day. Well, if you want to, for sun's protection, right? But here's the point. Be who you are. That is going to threaten some people who are not who they are. And it's not what you say, it's not what you do. It's being who you are that can be a threat. You know, I've always said before that your light shakes up other people's demons. So be free of taking any of that blame or shame or guilt on that people have upon themselves. That's what this blessing is for you tonight, especially as we move into this amazing anointed celebration. I want to look at all of you and how much you've grown, and I want to hear more. I want to hear some more of your experiences. You know, Marilyn texted me this amazing text last night after her reading, and I just wanted to share that with you. So if you remember, her card was the card where it was an angel ascending, and he had like 3 little angels underneath. Well, what's wonderful about this, why I want to read you this, is her brother came through in that reading last night. And he was bragging about his wings. He was bragging about basically his clothes, right? But in a very loving, kind, but funny way. Like he was like a stand-up angel comedian. That's how he was coming through. And he was bragging that his wings are nicer and better than Marilyn's wings, his sister, right? Marilyn Pitts. Hi, Marilyn. So this is what you wrote, Marilyn. Thank you so much for the reading tonight. I had to laugh about my brother because he was always the comedian. But I had to tell you, the last few days, my cats have been acting really strange. They keep standing up and looking at something in the air and reaching up like they're playing with something or somebody. But there's nothing there and nobody there that I could see. So that's one of the things that brought up in the reading last night, is that her brother was around. But we definitely think that they see something that we don't. And they do. Your animals do, right? Your animals have no sunglasses on. They see what they see. I know it's my brother Bill playing with the cats because he would have a lot of fun with them. We always said my brother looked like the comedian Dennis Miller, so I had to show you, and she sent me pictures of her brother. Just thought this was amusing. Bill's son and grandson moved in with him over the last year or two, so my sister-in-law is living in her apartment. So I sent them 3 angels. And so that was he was acknowledging, her brother was acknowledging those 3 angels in that card last night. So here's the funny thing. He was in the clothing business. He had all of his suits, shirts, and pants made, handmade. So all the labels inside had his name, William Corlett, sewn into them. My sister-in-law told me that before Bill died, he'd just been joking about whoever gets his clothes when he dies will wonder who this famous designer is because they'd never heard of him. So thank you, Marilyn, for sharing that. It's really joyous. And as we move into this time, it's a choice. Are you willing to make Christmas joyous? Okay, it's a celebration, Mass, the Eucharist, of the Anointed. And to have that in our lives is such an incredible blessing. Oh, and so the group card. Here we go. The Temple of Truth. And this goes right along with using our emotions as powerful messages that come through us, and they're a gift to us. No matter what the emotion is, go, wait a minute, where is this coming from? And then clear it. And so any emotion that is no longer serving you, through this incense, through this blessing tonight, I move that incense along, I move that emotion along with the incense to clear it and help you look at the core structure and the lesson you've learned from that emotion. And be free of becoming overwhelmed by these emotions, but use them. So thank you, emotion. What is this? Where is this coming from? Universe, show me now the root cause of this. And have it leave. This is acknowledging who you are. This is taking the sunglasses off and not apologizing for who you are to anyone or anything, but standing up for who you are, because what you're becoming, who you are becoming, this unfoldment is amazing. It is really amazing. Every one of you, I could spend hours on the phone with you telling you how far you have come, and I know you feel it. So, thank you very much. Great blessings to you. Who's on first?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Lindsay. Oh, that one came out really fast. So, Lindsay, you have Einstein brain. You know stuff. Trust it. So this may help. Your guides are coming through. So when you look at this river, you can see the current, on the surface. Those are your surface thoughts. So when you first come up and you have a thought about something, wait, go deeper. This may help you really acknowledge some of these emotions, but this knowingness. and trust your knowingness. I really feel, the people that leave the planet leave for a reason, but they're in a much, much better position to help us. We may not be able to see them. This is an example, Lindsay, of you going deeper and knowing that they are there. And because you've lived with yourself all your life, which we all do, we can tend to compare ourselves to others or what others have or how others are, and not see our extraordinary abilities, our extraordinary persona, our who we really are. This, in the next few weeks, this is your knowingness expanding. So this is important, to expand. So when you have these emotions come up that can be constricting, expand. Wider river, deeper river, expand, Lindsay, expand. This is like having spiritual spandex, where it's an ability to just expand. Go, wait a minute. This is a constricting feeling. Expand. Oh, that's very constricting. I don't know why that's happening. Expand. Expand. So I'm telling you, Lindsay, but I'm telling every one of you, there are forces out there that want us to constrict. They want us to tighten up. They want us to not be who we are. They want to put the sunglasses on us. This is expand. Your word, expand. Expansion, 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 Lindsay.
She says your knowingness has lately been telling her recent career choices.
Yeah, so this is expanding. So this is an example. What feels restrictive? So I'm going to share this with you again, and I'll share this with anyone on the show. When any of us have a decision, remember the president of Sony Corporation years ago, when he had a decision, he would close his eyes and he would picture this really beautiful plate of food. He would sit, take his time eating the food. In his imagination, he would eat it. And he would wait a few minutes, and if it upset his stomach, he knew it was a bad decision. But if it settled, it was a really good decision. So this is you being in your knowingness and getting out of the loop of your head. Universe, show me now, and then trust the universe. Trust it. I mean, all of us get in our cars every day and we trust that we're going to get to our destination, no problem. And we do. Yeah, you got it. I could feel that. It clicked in. All right. Great. Who's next? Austin?
Dawn Cox, actually.
Hey, Dawn. Okay, my dear Dawn. Thank you for being here. So, Dawn, you have a specific question. You can text me that question, or you can put it in the chat here. But this is the... It's the oppression card. Anywhere where family is making demands of you, silent demands, silent energetic demands, or sending you, you're very, very sensitive. You know, you and I've talked about this, about how gifted you are. And some of these forces, they want to make us think that it is us, that it is our thinking, or there's something wrong with the way we're thinking, or the energy that we're feeling, we're creating ourselves. No, this is energy on you, Dawn. It's not even yours, and it's coming from family. It's not yours. So are you willing to just return and just cut that energy off once and for all? Even if it involves not celebrating Christmas or anything with them. Be free of the shoulds, have tos, need tos. Do what Dawn wants. Because again, I'm going to talk to you a little bit like I did with Lindsay. So I love the order. Like Lindsay was first, and then we talked about this expansion. So I'm going to talk the same with you, Dawn. Notice how the kids are behaving. So Kenan will come home, but once in a while he'll go, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." And after about 300 times of that, I go, "Oh, wait a minute. I need to start paying attention to that. Like, what is that?" Because he's picking up on something. So when children are very sensitive and they feel things, take a minute to go, wait a minute, where is that coming from? What are they sensing? You know, like especially Estella, your daughter. Change out the salt underneath their beds. Put new salt under your bed. Oh, and anything that's coming in from Trent and his work. Okay. So if you had a party and the house is a mess, you don't get overwhelmed. You just start. What I do is I go, okay, I'm just going to start with the kitchen. I get the kitchen done. Then I move to the living room. Get the living room done. Then the dining room or whatever. I break it down. This is you cleaning up this energy, one person or one situation at a time, and moving it. And I'm helping you here. Yeah, okay, it's moving. So you're already helping me do this. Like I can feel it, and I know you can feel it too. That it's not your this is not your circus, this is not your monkeys. And these expectations that people are trying to put upon you, even silently, they're not even speaking it, return to sender. That is their stuff, that is their stuff, that is their stuff. Okay.
Marilyn Pitts.
Okay, my dear Marilyn. Oh, I love this. Magician. So, Marilyn, this season, wear more gold. It could be a gold chain. Go for Christmas, get a, tell Santa that you want gold. And then look up the the spiritual meaning of gold or the metaphysical meaning of gold. Would you mind looking that up real quick, Kenan? Because this is something, if you are all, any of you are thinking about what you want for Christmas, it's gold. So Marilyn, thank you for being here. Kenan's going to do a little, show you what, or put in the chat what the metaphysical meaning of gold is. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but it's important that it be real gold. Whether that's a ring, a necklace, a bracelet, even gold flakes. You don't have to spend a lot on gold flakes, but it's something to have gold within your presence. Gold, yellow gold, like gold. I'm not sure what white gold is. Yeah. Gold represents spiritual gifts, purity, and understanding. Gold symbolizes the richness of spirit and the omnipresent richness of substance. Gold helps to achieve and maintain a strong communion with all that is and the source of all being. Gold also helps you relieve your overburden of responsibilities. Okay, so...
White gold is usually an alloy containing about 75% gold and 25% nickel and zinc.
So white gold is...
It's an alloy.
It's an alloy.
It was originally developed to imitate platinum.
It was originally developed to imitate platinum. It's 75% gold. So if you can go for the real gold, go for the real gold. But if you have white gold, go for the white gold. It's at least 75% gold. But it's mixed with what other things? Zinc and nickel. White gold is. So, but either way, it's having that gold, whether it's white or gold, it's really important for all of us to have that just because of where we're at in our development. It's going to add to, and it's something that even the gold cross is very powerful. And for you, Don, I'm going to go back to that. Spiritual gifts, purity, and understanding. Trust your understanding. Every one of you, please. Lindsay, go for the gold cross. You know, Lindsay, I could actually even see you doing your artwork with just crosses, just different styles and types of... There's something with that, and you can all look up the meaning of the cross. It's not just what Christ was said to die on. That's not the real meaning of it. It's one of the meanings, but it has so much more symbology in sacred geometry. But this is something, Marilyn, you want to tell Santa that you need and want for Christmas. Okay.
Very good. Austin's next.
Okay, Austin. Okay, Austin. So this is the Synergy card, but Dude, you really chose. You know, it doesn't surprise me, Austin, that any of your family aren't sitting on the high court of judges on some court of some country. So much judgment. The reason so this is synergy. This is your life becoming more synergistic. But you have spent so many years doing your best to break away from all of their judgment in this family. But you chose this family that you came through for a reason. You've done really well. I want to commend you on that. But there's a lot of judgment that just does not serve you. Just does not serve you. And if you feel like you have to go to a family gathering, show up, be there for 2 minutes, but leave. And notice how you feel. Because this is really, really profound. So, this is really profound for you. For you to break away of this judgment of your family. This is you creating your own family and cutting off those ties. Now, what I mean by that, I mean it kindly and gently. You love them for who they actually are, not for what they believe, or not for what's on them. There's just, it's like so much judgment. It's not yours. Return to sender, it's not yours. Okay. And Lindsay can help you with this. She can absolutely help you with this. And anywhere where you've translated that judgment on yourself, that's not yours. So this is very similar to those previous cards where this stuff isn't yours. Like with Dawn and with Lindsay, this isn't yours. It's not your judgment on yourself.
He says a family of least judgmental people.
So there's something there, though. So talk to Lindsay about it. There's something but I don't know where you got the judgment. Anywhere judgment on yourself is really important for that to go. It's about this. The reason I got this is the word sin under the word synergy, and the need for forgiveness, that type of thing. It's like that type of judgment. It's almost like a religious thing. But it really feels like judgment on themselves. So, okay, who's next?
Great. Marilyn and Abby.
Okay, my dear Marilyn and Abby. So Marilyn, anywhere where you think that you have to write a book that's 500 pages, are you willing to let go of that now? Can you write a 10-page book? One of these little it's like a little booklet of your wisdom. And these can be added to the wreaths. So when you ship a wreath, you bump the price up on the wreath, but they get this booklet with it. And people aren't going to read, it's more than a fortune cookie, but less than War and Peace. It's a booklet. It's something about this commencement and about your experience with life is a series of commencements. Yes, it's a series of endings, but this is not looking at the ending. This is teaching people to look at the commencement of what's beginning next. So Marilyn Pitts knows this really well. I really hope some days you guys get to do lunch or something together. Because Marilyn Pitts worked in hospice nursing. And so this was really a commencement. Yes, it was an ending, but this is you focusing on a commencement. It's a new beginning. And I get it. It's very strong, Marilyn, with writing. It's like when you get an inspiration, just turn your voice recorder on your phone. And anywhere where you've limited yourself around the idea of writing or the work that it takes, or that you're not a good writer, are you willing to let go of that right now? Because you live on Myrtle Street in Myrtle Beach. And Myrtle Sizemore, what was her name? Myrtle, the founder of Unity. She's directing you. It's like you're an extension, or not an extension, but these teachings need elaboration. They need an extension. And you're a part of that. Like an add-on. Myrtle Fillmore. Thank you. So, for you, Marilyn, it's writing. Just a paragraph. Even if it's a paragraph and you add it to the wreaths, it's something that people can, you're going to be channeling it more. And it's very important for people to know. Okay. And I've got Abby next. All right, Abby, you've had this card before. There will always be lesser people. There will always be greater people. It's a poem called Desiderata. This is you moving up with the masters. This is in the Bible it talks about this woman who had a menstrual flow that never stopped, and Jesus was in this crowd of people, and so there were people pushing up against him, and it was a huge crowd, but this woman just reached out and touched the rim of his outer garment, just barely touched it, and she was healed. And he turned around and he goes, "Who touched me?" And the disciples were like, "Are you like cuckoo? I mean, there's hundreds of people touching you. What are you talking about?" But he could feel the power go out. And he knew this woman was healed, like because of her faith. This is you having this faith in yourself, Abby, and claiming it. There were other people that were touching Jesus and hoping to be healed. And Abby, I'm not talking just to you, I'm talking to everybody on the show here. This is stepping up, touching that outer garment, and knowing who you are, what you have. There's no one else like you, and you're moving into your power. And your faith creates you being with the masters, because you is a master. You are a master. And so this is not feeling less than. It's about being in their presence because you know you need to be there. Claiming it, Abby. And do you give Marilyn permission to... So I have this shirt called Cancel, Clear, Delete. When you say anything less than what you actually are, do you give Marilyn permission to go cancel, clear, delete? Right? This is you stepping into this power. Yeah, okay. Who's next?
Jared and Kat.
Okay, Jared and Kat.
Kat's still working.
Oh, Kat's still working? Okay, we'll pull a card for her. I got this great call from you, Jared, last night, so thank you for that. He was telling us, because the card came up was like, had to do with social media, but he'd actually met that week or last week with his marketing department. So it was pretty funny. It was very synchronistic. This is the courage. Like, there's not a day that goes by. I bless every one of you with courage, because there's not a day that goes by in this world that we call upon courage to step out. And Jared, you're building something profound, right? Not only your doctor's office, but also the med spa that's going to be next to this. You know what? I'd love to fly out for your housewarming or for your business warming, whatever you want to call it, and meet Abby and Marilyn and have Marilyn Pitts, because I know you live in Tennessee. And for me, in my head, the East Coast is all within 10 miles of each other. I don't know why, but this is the courage to have the right people come to you. So it's very similar to Abby's card in being the master and demanding what it is you want. It's almost like that woman that reached out and touched that Jesus outer garment, demanded to be healed. Her faith was so strong that she demanded it. This is demanding. This is having the courage to really speak up and live the life that you want to live and how you want your life to be. And there's no wrongness about it not being according to the church, not being according to the family standard plan. those are all projections. You choose how you want your life to be. This is you moving more into this courage and being free of the fear of hurting someone else. Because if you have the fear of hurting someone else, then you're going to hurt them, because that's what the universe is feeding you. Be free of the fear of hurting anyone. And anywhere, and Kat, anywhere where you've had a belief system about needing to be hurt, or that the righteous people suffer, no. Flush that big time. All right, Kat. Yeah. Yeah, you're the achiever. Achieve. It's not going after it. It's having it. You have it, Kat. This is going to This is, I think, Jared, we talked about this a few shows ago about Greece. Again, you were telling me last night about your family going to Greece, but this is more than just Greece. This is like the Colosseum, Rome. Oh, and Kat. So this is the early Christians where they were martyred. And so anywhere where there's any, oh, okay, this is previous religious martyrdom coming through your line. Where suffering is good because, that proves I have God's love. No. That is a huge, what would you call that? Like a misconception, misnomer, a big miss. Big miss that was passed down from even the times of the Romans, like this martyrdom. You don't need to prove your faith by being fed to the lions. You're not the only one that has had that. Or that you need to suffer. So anywhere where there's this need to suffer, or that you're suffering, oh, Kat, okay, here it comes. Anywhere where you're needing to suffer for your previous family, or you're having to carry on the suffrage of any of your, oh boy, cutting that off. That is huge. Anywhere where this has been carried forward in your family around suffering, boom. This is the best Christmas present ever. Boom, cut that off. You're done with that. You're done. Wow. Okay. That's really great. Okay, who's next?
Nice. It's Edna.
Hey, Edna. I love Edna. You wrote the Templar's cross, equidistant, like a plus sign, is the same shape as a photon. Really interesting. Really interesting when I go back to Lindsay. And Lindsay sent me this. Hang on, I got to pull this back up, Lindsay. You sent me this picture that you did where you said, I love geometry. And this is one of your old paintings. I'm going to show this. So this is one of Lindsay's old paintings with geometry. I really, really love that. What a great artist you are. That's fantastic. So, thank you, Edna, for sharing that. Okay.
Brianna and Jeff. Or you.
No, I was doing Edna. Okay. Everything about the planet Jupiter, Edna, can you Google it? Can you do some research on the planet Jupiter? And if you can text me your birth date and year and time, I want to have Kenan take a look at that, because there's something with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet, right, of what? Abundance and expansion. This is you connecting with Jupiter. So I'm blessing every one of you here with this expansion, because Jupiter does represent expansion, abundance, prosperity, growth, and you can do research on metaphysical meaning of Jupiter, astrology, astronomy, astrology, Jupiter, what that represents. But this is more money, more capital coming into you. But not just financially, but it's also an awareness, Edna. So your homework, should you choose to accept it, is this research on Jupiter and what that means. Because it's definitely in your field house right now, more so than it ever has been. So it's June 20th, 1967 at 9:01 a.m. Thank you, Edna. Okay. Also, look up the metaphysical meaning or spiritual meaning of poppies. Okay, who's next?
You got Brianna Dunjallin.
Brianna and
Jeff Reynolds.
Okay, Jeff. Okay, Brianna, thanks for being here, Bree. All right.
Yeah, Jeff's last.
Okay. So, Brianna, so I get the cross here, B, in the third eye area. Allow people to hit rock bottom. If you don't allow people to hit rock bottom, then you become an enabler, which doesn't really help them. Allowing them to fully experience life however they chose to experience it here on this planet. Yes, you absolutely can know better or give them guidance, but if they're not willing to hear it, do not waste your breath. You take care of you first. This is the spiritual oxygen mask coming down. You put it on you first. Then you can put it on your kids, right? But if they don't want it, there's nothing you can do. And them not wanting it is in itself an energy pull, because they can go aloof. They can go into drama to pull you out of yourself. Keep your energy mask, your spiritual energy mask on first. Okay, Jeff. Integrity. Just because an organization or a person appears to be in integrity, it's not that religion is bad or wrong. It's just that so many people, it's like them joining the circus where they're continually trying to jump through hoops, and it's not who they are. This is you becoming more of who you are and staying in your integrity and saying no. No. So many people, especially when they get into a relationship to prove their power that they can change people. Ugh, hairball. Feeling a hairball coming up on that one. What a waste of time, what a waste of effort, what a waste of energy. For instance, you walk into a church and people go, ooh, here's an opportunity to change or save this person. Well, what if they don't want to be saved? Same thing within a relationship where they're wanting to save you. This is breaking completely. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that needs to be saved. Right? This is being your own temple. And being okay with you being your own temple. And if people are complaining about your temple not having shutters on it, or not having green grass going all around, because the temple should have shutters and green grass, who says so? This is your temple. This is who you are, without any need for apologies. But also your presence changes the world. Okay. All right. I love you all. We'll do this again Wednesday night. Do we have everybody?
Yeah, well said.
Okay. And great blessings. Have a great night.